Okay, friends, we're going to watch topic 9.3, adding fractions with like denominators.
How can you add fractions with like denominators?
Let's take a look at a couple of different ways.
The table shows the results of a 4th grade Pets Club survey. What fraction of the club members chose a hamster or a dog as their favorite pet? Think about what you know to solve this problem. What fraction of the club chose a hamster as their favorite pet? What fraction of the club chose a dog as their favorite pet? 2/12 of the club chose a hamster as their favorite pet. 4/12 of the club chose a dog as their favorite pet. What operation will you use to solve the problem?
Select your answer.
Since we're using the word or, that means that it can be this or this, which means that we can add them together.
Why will you use addition to solve this problem? You use addition because amounts are joined. Add the fractions for hamsters and dogs to find the result.
What does the 12 represent? 12 is the total number of kids in the club, right? It's your whole amount.
Find 2/12 plus 4/12 using a model. 2/12 plus 4/12 equals 1/12 plus 1/12 plus 1/12 plus 1/12 plus 1/12 plus 1/12, which equals 6/12. What does 6/12 represent?
What were we trying to solve for?
6/12 is the fraction who chose either a hamster or dog as their favorite pet. Find 2/12 plus 4/12 by joining parts. Add the numerators. Write the sum over the like denominator. 2/12 plus 4/12 equals 6/12. Why do you write the sum of the numerators over the like denominators? Use the number line to explain.
We have 12 total people in the club, which is why there's 12 equal parts. It says drag the dog fraction tiles to the timeline to find the missing part of the equation. 2/12 equal the number of kids that like the hamsters. And 4/12 equals the number of kids that liked the dogs.
When you add 2/12 and 4/12, you add 2 segments plus 4 segments on the number line. The result is 6 segments. Since the space between 0 and 1 on the number line is divided into 12 equal segments, the 6 segments are 6/12 of the whole. 6/12 is equivalent to 1/2. 1/2 of the club members chose a hamster or a dog as their favorite pet. Now you know how to add fractions with like denominators.
So let's take a look at it this way. On the number line, we saw that it was 2/12 plus the 4/12. And when you add those together, you get 6/12. But if we look at it just as the fraction, we've got 2/12 plus 4/12. We called these like denominators because we're using the same whole number. So all we need to do is add the numerators and then write the sum over that same or like denominator. This is good to remember too. 6/12 is equivalent to 1/2. So 1/2 of the club members chose a hamster or a dog as their favorite pet. Let's try this. Frank solved the problem above and found 2/12 plus 4/12 equals 6/24. What error did Frank make? He added together also the denominator. which is not correct. We don't want to do that. We want to leave the denominator the same when we are adding fractions. If that denominator is the same or is a like denominator, then we just leave it and we just write the sum of the numerators over that same number. So let's look at this one. Jonas is making nachos and tacos for a family party. He uses 2/5 bag of shredded cheese for the nachos and 1/5 bag of shredded cheese for the tacos. How much of the bag of shredded cheese does Jonas use? Solve this problem any way you choose. But the important thing to know is that the denominator is the same. And if that denominator is the same, all we need to do is add what? All we need to do is add the numerators. So 1 plus 2 is all we're really solving for, and then we're going to put that over the same denominator. All right, let's take a look at this one. It says find 4/5 plus 3/5. 4/5 plus 3/5, if we break those down into 1/5 segments like it was on a number line, we would have 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 3 more, 5, 6, 7. That equals 7/5. We can write that as either a fraction or as a mixed number. Now, a mixed number is when you have something like 1 and 2/5. You have a whole number, and then you also have the fraction next to it. So what I want to show you here is this 7/5. We can break that down or decompose it into 5/5 plus 2/5. Well, we know that 5/5 is equivalent to 1, right? Any number over itself is equivalent to 1. So 5/5 or 1 plus 2/5 is a mixed fraction because we've got one whole and a fraction. Either way would work, 7/5 or 1 and 2/5.